Hi, I'm Phil Dispenza, and this is Collecting, Investing, or Somewhere in Between, Deals and Steals, Episode 2 of Filling in the Runs, Part 2. This is the continuation of the books I picked up from Atomic Avenue online, and we're going to showcase all the good stuff that I was adding to my collection. Let's get to it. Okay, continuing Part 2 of my Atomic Avenue purchases with the few from Rob. Again, sometimes I just needed a random issue. I probably shouldn't have because I was collecting heavily from 80s up until I got my store in the 90s. And if I owned the store, why would I be missing an issue? So I got an Namor annual, what is it? Number 9 annual, a New Warriors, randomly missing. This is by Eclipse. It's called New York Year Zero. So as you could tell, it's probably post-apocalyptic title. I'm missing quite a few of Nick Fury. So I had stopped this title, I think intentionally. And again, since it ended, I said, let me just fill in the runs. Thank you, Sean. So got 32, 33, 34, 35, 39. Actually, that was 36, 39, 41, 45. A random issue of Night Thrasher. There's no reason why I didn't have this complete series. I don't understand. So, Night Thrasher, fill it in. For Control, I think I just didn't buy this series. So, I had number 1, and here's 2, 3, and 4. Ninja Special. I have, I think, all the regular ninjas, or most of them. Again, Eternity. This is from Rob. Thank you, Rob. Omaha the Cat Dancer. It's one of the adult titles. These are later issues. I never picked them up. This one's by Kitchen Sink. So we got 15. We have 16. We have 17. PJ Warlock. A weird Eclipse title. Again, it's like an owl magician. It's one of these cartoony, goofy types of, like a Wizard of Iz, like Id or something. You get some hag. I don't know if it's a witch or whatever. So this is number 2. I had all the issues, but I guess I had only 1A. This is 1B. So I'm like, let's get the variant. This is Project Superpowers. This actually has a lot of the vintage characters in it from probably 60s, maybe some earlier ones. I know Mighty Samson's in these, but I picked up some, I forgot where. It might have been one of the local comic book stores. So I said, let me finish whatever I'm doing. So that was a 0. This is 5. This is 6. This is 7. I know there's probably a lot of variation covers. I don't care. This is the type of thing where I don't care about the variant. It's too new. They'll probably make like 3 of each cover, and like, there's no point in me doing that. That stuff is never gonna be worth money. So unless I really feel, like I said, it's sometimes difficult to find. Even if the books are worthless, as Mark would say, oh, Phil, that's not worth anything. I think it's just cool to acquire. That's what collecting's all about. You acquire stuff because you think you like it, you think it's cool. Nobody else has it. Nobody else wants it. But anyway, so Reika, I think I've shown in the past, one of the videos, I had other issues of this. I don't do too much manga, but I for some reason I wanted this title. It's by Sun Comics. That's why it says Sun. These are the later issues. So I got 15, I got 16, I got 17. That's 18, 19, 20. That's good. Blackthorn, another smaller publisher. This is called Revolving Doors. I thought it looked cool. Again, I'm collecting stuff that maybe I think is, after I read it, is actually total trash, and I shouldn't have bought it. But again, for the price, you're paying $1 for most of these things or less. It's cool to try. It's better than spending, what was the original price on this? $1.75. But a lot of these back in the day, were $2, $2.25, $2.50 for the small press. Eagle Comics, Robo Hunter. This I think was 6 issues. So it is 4, there's 5. I think I have a few of the other ones. I picked up Rogue Trooper, Quality Fleetway. You'll see it change too. They had the regular series, which this is, and then I think there's a mini series, which I have a couple afterwards. So Rogue Trooper, I have 2, I have 4, I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then here's, I said, Fleetway, Quality of Fleetway. I don't know if they merged, because it actually says Fleetway Quality here. So this is called The Final Warrior. That's issue number 1. This is issue number 2. And here's issue number 6. So, there's even more. So 7. Maybe it's volume 2. I probably am missing 3, 4, and 5. But again, that's part of the fun of all of this is the hunt. Sadie, this is London Night. I actually like London Night. I think, I don't know if Tim Vigil actually has something in there. They did a thank you to it, I think. Oh no, that was the what do you call that? The Fear book, that tour book or whatever. A weird title called Scaramouche Innovation. I'm like, why not? Weird titles, I like them. There's like all zombies. If you look, there's like zombies there running around. Scavengers, another Quality Comics. I don't know if I even have any of the other issues. So there's number 2, Seeker. I think I have other ones. This is a Caliber. I think I have, there's other series of these. A lot of times these companies would put out a 2, 3, 4 issue series and then just create another one. A random Shadow Strikes I was missing. And then Shuriken, Cold Steel. I have a lot of the other Shurikens. I think they were made by Victory. And again, this is Eternity somehow acquires it or merges, or Eternity buys Victory Comics. They get the hold of the character and they can produce it. So we got 3, we got 4, and we have 6. And then here's the team up. This is like a werewolf type of series called Silverback by Comico. I had, I think, 1 other issue. This is issue 1. I think I have 2. And then here's a Pacific Comics, PC, Silver Heels. So this is issue number 3. I'm not too sure if I even have the other one. So 1 stack down, 1 stack to go. And this stack is big, but again, there's a lot of duplicates. Just make sure I don't hit that camera. My phone camera. I don't want to shake things up. So again, I mentioned earlier the heavy hitters, all the type of heavy hitters, along with the Marvel UK. I want to try to collect them all. So this is Spike, a couple of issues of Spike. Another Quality Comics, the Steel Claw. This is number 2, and this is number 3. Okay, and this is 4. So this might have been a 4 issues series, number 4 in a 4-part mini series. So did they make other ones? I don't remember. Do I have number 1? I don't remember. When you have, like I mentioned in the video from a few days ago, I think I have 26,000 books in my collection. So I'm not Mark with the photographic memory of every comic book I've ever bought. So that's why I have my lists. Green Hornet, I collected a lot of them by now. I was trying to just finish the Now run. I don't collect vintage Green Hornet. And I don't collect modern Green Hornet, like the Dynamite and stuff. There's the guy mowing, if you hear it, driving by. So this was Sting of the Green Hornet, is one of the mini-series. Number 3 or 4, it says. Strike Force America, another Comico. I have a few of the other issues. I didn't have this one. This was number 1. Doesn't say how many. Stigmata. This is Entity. I don't think I've mentioned Entity in a while. It's funny that I think all the issues they came out with for this title, they have the silver foil logo of the title, rather. The silver foil of the title, not the logo. So this is a yearbook number 1. And then this is just the regular number 3 series. I probably should have put that reversed. I'm a stickler for order. Sunrunners. I believe this might have been a 12-issue series, so I have several of these. Here's number 4, Eclipse Comics. Number 5, number 6, number 7. Now, Siphons is weird. It's by Now Comics. I collected in the 90s. I collected the series after this, and I'm like, oh, they had an original series, so I had to go back and start buying up all the originals. So this is what I did. I got a 1, I got a 2, I got 3, I got 4, 5, 6. And again, if you can get them all 7, there might have been only 7. Then I just picked them up for $7, and if you saw, the original price was $1.50, so it's not as bad. But this is also from the mid '80s, I think, when that came out, maybe '87. Spectre. I have a lot of Spectres. No Golden Age, but I have all the Silver Age Spectres, all the Bronze Age when it was in Adventure, and I got this series from the '80s. I got the series from the '90s. Again, I had stopped. I've been trying to finish this. I think I need 1 or 2 of the 8 left. So there's number 3, and there's number 4. Another weird. So this is called Threshold of Reality by Main Tech. And you see, it looks like, I don't know what they are, aliens or something, but they're always the strangest, most obscure stuff I will try to acquire. And a lot of times I'm just digging through boxes at a show, 50-cent boxes, dollar boxes, and I'll just come across something like this. I'm like, wow, that looks pretty cool. Probably nobody has it. Again, nobody wants it. But let me get it. So Thunderstrike, I think this is from Rob. There's a random issue I needed. This one's called To Be Announced. I don't remember who puts this out. Strawberry Jam Comics. So it looked a little weird. It looks like one of these Doonesbury type of cartoon books. They got a robot in a superhero outfit there. I just looked at the cover. I said, hey, this is cool. I have no clue what it's about. Twilight Avenger. I think I had, I remember, was it Eternity? One of the other companies had taken over this character. He sort of reminds me of like a Ghost Rider, Sandman, Ghost Rider, Western Ghost Rider with a Sandman mix. So this is how he started originally with Elite Comics. If you're familiar with Elite, Sean will be, because that's where Sea Dragon is from. So I think I got 2 issues of that. A random issue of Twilight Zone he had is probably not perfect, but this is a number 59. But I've been trying to fill in all my Gold Key stuff. Bronze, silver, bronze. You can see this is a Whitman variant. It might be Whitman took it over completely. Sometimes it was that Whitman got this same title. I mean, the same issue. There's a Gold Key and a Whitman version. Eventually, Whitman takes it over completely. All the Gold Key titles. So let's go to Ultimate Spider-Man. Again, I mentioned in the earlier video this week how I'm maybe 6 or 7 issue numbers out of 130. I don't know if it was 130 or 133 or something like that. So this was, oh man, somehow Ultimate Spider-Man's out of order. We'll leave him there for a second. Ultimate 6, I think this completes my mini series. That's number 1. Ultimate Marvel Team Up. I think I have all of them now, because here's 2 and here's 5. Now we got the Spider-Man. I don't know why I was out of order with Spider-Man. So here's 70, 72, the 73 I just pulled, 75, 86. And it was all the high numbers. I think I stopped probably around in the 60s. So I have number 1. I don't have the special limited one, number 1, but I have the regular number 1. 93, 94, 101, 103 with that I don't remember what the hell her character is. That Lady Venom and Lady Carnage. Some Venom with 6 arms. It's like I have to. This is one series I want to read completely through, because I thought it was cool when they restarted it, and it was for people who just didn't want to get into all the Spider-Man. They changed things about. They introduced Venom really early on. So there's 114. Okay. Ultra Klutz. Who puts this out? Onward Comics. So somehow I think I bought number 1, not realizing this ran over 30 issues. So I said, well, I committed, and it's sort of reminds me of Concrete a little, but I don't even know what this character is, if he's an alien stuff, but they do parodies and stuff. So they just see the DC Heroes parody. I think it's a little goofy. They all have this like turning page thing. I thought it was flipped up for a second. And here's one of the later issues. This is number 26. So I know it ran a lot of issues. Eventually, they might have 5 or 6 now. Heavy Hitters, Untamed. I think this one is messed up. I wasn't too thrilled with the condition. It's like bent all over the bottom. Am I going to buy another one? No, because this one's worthless as it is. Continuity, I mentioned in the other video earlier this week. Neil Adams Company. I try to collect all of these. I'm still missing some. I'm also missing stuff from the 93 when I had my store. I have no clue why. So this is Earth 4. I'm finally finished with the Vampire Lestat Innovation series. This was really expensive at one point. Back when this came out in, I think it was the late 80s, probably a $15 book. And now I got it for $1 or $2. So here's 1 and 7 just to finish it up. This 12-issue series. A random issue. This is DC's imprint Helix. Vermilion. I don't know. Again, I should have never been missing this. I have no clue why, but just fill it in. One of the Marvel UK titles, Warheads. So I'm working on that. Yeah, my throat. Dark Horse. This is weird because it doesn't look like a normal Dark Horse title, but it's called War World. I'm like, this looks cool, so let me get it. I don't know how many issues this is. This might be a one shot, but I picked it up. Werewolf at Large, Eternity. I collect not all, but I collect a lot of the Eternities, so this is cool. I like werewolves, so we got that. So I got through, again, one of the titles I completely stopped somewhere around 100 or so was Wolverine. And since the series ended, again, I said, well, eventually let me finish it. So I'm now working up to about 120. I'm missing some issues from 100 to 120, and then I'll just work my way up because I don't think I want to just buy 50 Wolverines or 70 Wolverines in a row. So this one, I believe, nope, this one's normal, I think. One of these, I was very disappointed with the Atomic Avenue guy. There's a huge crease, but this is a newsstand. That's 103. Here's 104. This is another new. Here's the one with the crease. You can see the crease right there. That's horrible. Am I buying another one? Maybe if I see a better copy and I can get it for $1. 108. 112. I should not have been missing any X-Files. I don't even know where my number 1 went. It's just gone. So this was one of the specials. They based it on the actual episodes. So this is season 1 Conduit. I filled it in and I'm almost done. Finally, yours truly, Jack the Ripper, Robert Bloch. So this was a 3-issue series. I think I might have all 3. I picked up an issue. What number is this? This is 2. I think I got number 1. This is by IDW. Again, I would not be buying really modern comics, but I think I picked this up for $1 at one of the comic stores. And I'm like, Jack the Ripper's cool. Not really, but he is. So I said, let me, I love horror comics and murder and scary and skeletons and stuff. So I figured, let me get Jack the Ripper, and this is the last 2 issues. So that finishes the Atomic Avenue purchase, and I told you I'll be making probably another after Thanksgiving, because that's when the sale is from, let's show Jack the Ripper again, from Bat City. So I'm going to go to Small Business Saturday, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, spend who knows how much money, but I'm hoping to get at least another 100, 150 books for maybe $100. Who knows? Anyway, so we'll be making more videos with that, and I'll see you next time.